What's up, everybody? My name is Vince. Welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to smash some old notions about the role of the impact driver. You know, by its name, which is also ever evolving, you would think that it's just for fastening duties, driving fasteners. But on instances, we've heard these referred to as impact driller drivers. I know. Sounds crazy, right? We got a new product. It's from Milwaukee, and it's going to change the way you use your impact driver, and it's coming, driller. It's coming right up. So this is a 3-pack. It's a 3-piece impact hole saw kit. I mean, who would have thought? Quite frankly, when I saw these, the first person to pick these up was Norman, actually. And I needed to drill some metal in a fixture we were installing to pass a cord through. He handed me these Shockwave impact duty hole saws. And I thought to myself, no way. And he said, yes way. He did not tell me that they were 40% faster. He didn't tell me that. He did not necessarily tell me that it looks as though you can use these to drill through heavy metal, stainless steel, and PVC. He didn't tell me that. But he did say, hey, listen, you could drill your holes with this. And I did, and it worked like a charm. It says thin wall, 8 tooth per inch, burr-free holes. We're going to test that. What else does it say here? It says it's got a 1/4-inch hex shank. It's got an ejection spring, which is pretty cool. It helps to shoot out whatever circular hole debris is inside your hole saw. It's got a stop shoulder, pretty cool. And the 3 sizes included are 7/8 of an inch, 1 1/8 inch, and 1 3/8. Pretty innovative. Let's get them opened. Now I will warn everybody, if you're coming here looking for stainless steel to be cut, we have no sacrificial stainless steel to cut today. So we're going to be cutting a few different types of material. None of them will be stainless steel. I just want to warn you from the beginning, in case that's what you came here to see, if these will drill, cut a hole saw through. We're going to go with the 7/8 in size. Because why not? You know what? I changed my mind. Listen, for demonstrations, since everything looks smaller on camera, or so I hear, we might as well go with the 1 3/8 for the biggest effect. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop out our impact-rated magnetic drive. Out of our impact driver, we're going to pop in our hole saw and turn this into an impact driller. Pretty cool. I mean, 1 3/8 is a nice size hole. I guess I want to start with PVC. Now, when they say PVC, I would almost think that this would probably do well in FRP, or fiberglass reinforced panel. We generally use a standard hole saw when cutting out holes for pipes, etc. But you could probably use these. We have a piece of PVC here. Let's just see how clean of a hole it will drill. Pretty cool. Clean up that edge. Looks pretty clean. I will say this. What's kind of disappointing is the PVC got around the spring. I don't know if the spring itself cut the hole in the PVC, but there's no spring action to get the PVC out of the hole saw. Let's see if we drill straight on or if there's a difference. Let's test it again. Even that time, you could see here, we have, like, you know, a nice clean hole in the PVC. We still need something to eject the piece of PVC out of the hole saw. Nice and sharp, though. And you can see the spring is kind of getting caught in the spring. So be mindful if you're going to pull out the PVC, you might rip out the spring, and then it would be useless when you're using it for things like metal. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay. Now, a lot of times, and this is just for example's sake, you need to cut holes the size of specific connectors into pull boxes. Okay, so these could come in handy for an instance like that. We're going to simulate that by cutting this 1 3/8 hole into this metal box cover. Okay, this is a 1900 box, so this is a 4x4 cover. We're going to put down a little, although it doesn't say you need it. I'm wondering, like, should we do a test with the oil and without oil? Why don't we do a test first with a little oil? And this is 3-in-1 oil. It's not proper cutting oil, but this is what we have. Let's put a little cutting oil down, okay, on the box. I'm gonna pull it in. I'm gonna pull down my glasses. I'm gonna cut right here at this edge. Well, number one, that was really pretty awesome. Okay, the cutting oil, I guess, did help. Number two, as you can see, the metal was immediately ejected out of there, out of the bit, into the box. And number three, it cut a nice clean hole. Now we can see with the cutting oil, it did cause some smoking. And the other thing is that they don't really give you a max speed per se. It doesn't say to use under a certain amount of RPMs, anything like that. So I just kept increasing the speed, and I'd say it did a good job. I think we should cut a second hole, and we're going to try it dry. So second hole, that time I gave it more pressure, push down, force down, and less speed, okay? This way we weren't, causing that bit and the material to heat up as much. But as you can see, once again, I mean, it cut a nice, clean circle. Look at that. Pretty awesome. You know, maybe you don't need to use a punch-out tool or a step bit. Maybe these make a good option for you. Now, it says you can cut heavy metal. This is half inch thick steel. I mean, leave it down in the comments section below. Do you think it will make it through this half-inch thick steel? I mean, should we take action on this? Bets? And should we put down some cutting oil? I think we'll put down a little oil. See how it does. Once again, this is the 1 3/8 shockwave. know, it's pretty funny. This is a shockwave bit. What's the warranty on this? Doesn't say. We might have to reach out to Milwaukee to find out. Half-inch, this is half-inch thick steel. I wonder how it's going to do. As you can see, the tip of the bit, the pilot point bit, broke off. It might have just been too much for the steel of the pilot point. This steel must have been too much for the bit. I mean, it was oiled up, and it does say heavy steel. I don't know. Do we try it again? I think we're going to have to. We go an inch and an eighth. We're not going to be able to go into the same hole because I feel like the bit snapped off in that hole, and that's going to be really hard tool steel. So we're going to go right next to it. And that snapped off as well. Now we're getting some really quick RPMs. I felt like maybe we were going too slow the last time. Maybe we were getting a little bit too much lateral force on that hard drill bit tip, the pilot point. So I figured I would speed it up that time. But I don't think so. I mean, it says heavy metal. I mean, and how responsible would we be if we didn't test this on heavy metal? I will say this, flying colors through PVC and light gauge metal, you know, or boxes here. But it does say heavy metal. So I think this time what we'll do is, just to mix it up, because it doesn't say to oil the bit, or the metal, we're going to do this one. Finally, it's the 7/8 shockwave bit. We're going to do this without oil. I don't know, maybe this will yield a different result. Okay. But there's no other instructions in here. It doesn't say to use, you know, low RPM, high force. It doesn't say high RPM, low force. It doesn't say any of that. So we're just winging it here. I will say after the first two bits, I'm thinking that, you know, this is not the right bit for the job, but hey, we're going to try anyway. So it was actually not doing bad. Okay, you can see that pilot bit snapped off. And we do have an indentation. Now the problem is that we're not able to continue the cut, and you can see this. We were starting to cut, we were starting to really cut through that heavy metal. It's just that the bit itself, the pilot bit, snapped off. I will say this though. If you can get in here, you will see, and I don't know if that's like a tooth that caught right before impacting. You can see we have like a tooth that's ripped off. Okay? Now, like I said, for lighter gauge metals, I think that these are a good solution. For heavy gauge metals, not so much. Is it capable? I mean, I don't know. Are we doing something wrong? Possibly yes. Leave it down in the comment section below. Let us know what you think we're doing wrong. Do you have these hole saws? Have you had a lot of success driving through half-inch angle iron? We want to know down in the comment section below. With that, I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you all on the next one.
Video's over, but I know you want more. So this is how you're going to get it. First thing you need to do is pretend you're this guy. And you're here at the birthplace of freedom. Now ring that bell like it's 1776 and let all notifications through. What? You're not subscribed yet? Well, smash this button here. After that, watch this video here, and maybe over here.